What up, guys? Your boy Just King ZA. Welcome back to the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, today we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be doing a couple of videos about Leon Schreiber and the deportations. Deportations. Uh, he said that he's deported over 19,000 illegal foreigners. Uh, in the last 4 months, I believe, since he's been in office. So we're gonna talk about that and all different. We're gonna look at it from all different sides over 3 videos. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Before we get into it, don't forget subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my uploads. So that we can grow a platform and have a bigger platform. Let's get to 1K subscribers. Let's get to 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K subscribers. The type of subscribers to match the level of the content. You know what I'm saying? So let's get straight into it. So Leon Schreiber has been a quite confusing leader in the past 4 months. Let's see, June, July, August, September, October, November, about 5 to 6 months that he has been in the Home Affairs Minister. And yeah, man, a lot has happened. The Chidima situation, where he did listen to the people to check out Chidima's documentation, which showed that the lady was a fraud. You know what I'm saying? So was her mother. Fraud. They are frauds. They stole identities of South Africans, and we're trying to benefit with those things, and we're benefiting with those things for many years. However old she is, she's 20 something. Those 20 something years, someone else has been literally robbed of their identity. Probably they haven't been able to go to school. They haven't been able to do anything in South Africa. They've been living like that movie Trading Places. They literally trade places with a legitimate South African, and get the benefits of that South African, while that South African gets to live like an illegal foreigner in her own home country. It's a she. You know what I'm saying? So now that this has happened, I don't know if this is true or these are lies, but if it's lies, we're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? It better be the truth. You better be working, not just pushing numbers in front of our faces. You know what I'm saying? We need to really do some research and find out what's really happening, so that we know that these figures that we have been given are not just figures. They are real situations. They are real things. You know what I'm saying? So these deportations in these 4 months, if they are true, then they are very good for the country. And now foreigners now are living in fear. They are living in fear, and they don't believe that this is happening in South Africa. Well, this is a lawful country. I know it's a lawless country, but it's also a lawful country. You know what I'm saying? So people must abide by the law. People must stop running away from their homes. You guys must stop running away from your homes, your home countries. Make yourself useful in your home country. You know what I'm saying? And you start by fighting the government. You start by creating organizations to fight the government. I understand that, they're really violent. Those leaders there in Zimbabwe, in all those countries, they're very violent. Someone was telling me that they won't even allow you to carry a stick when you're working. You know what I'm saying? So you're not even allowed to carry a stick. You're not even allowed to carry a gun. You're not. You know what I'm saying? So in order for them to beat that system, you need to create an organization that can by law carry a gun. You know what I'm saying? For defense purposes, for whatever, you need to create a dangerous group of a very armed, dangerous group that you don't have to put violence, whatever, but protect the people. To say that no, we don't want this oppression anymore. And then you join the politics, and then you are able to go to parliament But they must know that you are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because now it doesn't make sense. You have all these very talented people, these very skilled people in terms of school and education. But where are those people? They're busy. The gifts of Africa are going elsewhere. You're going to the Europe. You're going to America. You're literally feeding the economies of that side. You know, you are literally. They're not only are they stealing the gold from your countries and your diamonds and whatever, they are also stealing the human resources. So they're stealing all types of resources from Africa. You know, that's why South Africans, we don't go. We know this thing, that once I leave my country, it means that my resources, my skills, whatever, is going to work for another country, a country that's probably responsible for my country being in poverty. You know what I'm saying? So people need to go back to their countries and do something. They need to do something. You know, they need to create a South Africa in their own country. They need to create freedom of speech. They need to create a freedom of expression, freedom of whatever. People must be free, you know, because people are not free in Africa. They are not free. That's why they are so emotional in terms of coming to South Africa, because they've never experienced this level of freedom ever in their life. I guess maybe that's why they always talk too much and try to advise us and talk, you know, because I think it's the first time that they're able to even do that. That's why they become very arrogant. You know, someone who hasn't had something in a long time, you give it to them, hey, they become like an animal, you know. They become like an animal, like a freak. Like they feel like they are better than everyone, you know. Like someone who's been in poverty for way too long. You give them something, they become egotistical. You know, that's why poverty is bad. You know, poverty, lack is bad. You know, lack is a bad idea. You know, because once you receive that thing, you self-destruct one way or another. You're gonna self-destruct. You're gonna be egotistical. You're gonna think you're a god. You're gonna think, but if you were having a bit by bit along the way, then when you have a lot, it's like, man, I've had these things for a long time, you know. Then you are more possibly a better human being, because you're not self-destructing. So I always used to wonder why Africans are so arrogant and whatever. I realize now, it's lack, man. I know this. It's lack. Trust me. Even in South Africa, you take a guy who grew up in a shack in a village or whatever. He's been poor his whole life. Finally, they get money. That's why they become corrupt. That's why they become corrupt officials when they're powerful, because they feel like they're better than, and it's because of not having for a long period of time. So poverty is not natural. It's not a natural thing. It's not something that is natural. It's not wanted. It's engineered. You know what I'm saying? Poverty is engineered. It's created. It's, you know, our people back in the day, they were not poor. No, our people were not poor. People had land. People could sow anything. They had fruits, everything. You know what I'm saying? They could hunt animals. They eat. They slaughter goats. They slaughter cows. They slaughter whatever. They eat as a whole entire family. But nowadays, you know, poverty is an engineered thing, and it's a thing to create to keep people down, and to create people who will keep people down. You know what I'm saying? It's to create people that will keep others down, people who will suppress others. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So that is why that is the reason for the arrogance that you see in Africans. You know, and it's so diabolical, because it creates a very diabolical person, a person who's so diabolically evil. You know, and they don't feel themselves. They are possessed by that spirit of lack and having. Now it's almost like a dog that's hungry. You know, they say a dog when it's hungry, and you give it food, get close to it, or another dog get close to it, it'll go, it'll growl. And you'll see that this thing is serious. Yo, don't touch my food, dog. Who are you? This is mine. I'll tear you apart. You know what I'm saying? But you take a dog that's fresh, has been having it all. Some of the dogs can even share, can even share the food. Meaning that a better behavior. You know what I'm saying? Hunger is not good, guys. Hunger is not good. Man, I've been going back and forth with foreigners and other Africans for a while. But the more I go back and forth, the more tired of it I become. And the more tired of it I become, the more I realize the real truth. And the real truth is that these people, they've been starving. They've been starving not only for food, but they've been starving for freedom of speech, freedom. Being able to just walk, carry a stick, do whatever they want to do with their expression, but they haven't been having that. And when they're here, it's like that dog again. You get close to my food. When you start talking about, deportation, whatever, they start growling. And to us, it's like, you are mad, but this person is just a wounded animal. It's just a wounded animal. You know what I'm saying? It's just a wounded animal. It's behaving like a wounded animal. And a wounded animal can do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? So when we say that all these things are engineered, we are not lying. It's engineered. Poverty is engineered. The way Africans behave is engineered. A lot of people like to say, black people this, black people are stupid, black people are, the way they behave has been engineered. They've been carefully, strategically engineered. You can blame people like Verwoerd for those type of things. Those strategists of demonic evil works. That's the reason they unalive that guy Verwoerd. He's too evil, man. He was too evil. He was a strategic. Someone who goes to school just to fuck up the minds of a group of people, to engineer and say this is how it's gonna be. And what this is gonna do, we're gonna move black people to this area. They're gonna be segregated like this. The languages, the Group Areas Act, the languages must be separated. We must push narratives about they must hate each other. They must this, that. They work these low class jobs, whatever. All those type of bullshit that bro did. That's why he was murdered. That's why he was murdered, because someone saw that thing like this man is pure evil. He went and I believe he was stabbed or what. I'm not sure. So when you look back at those things, the architects of racism, the architects can blame also the people in the churches. I don't know which church it is. Catholic, the people who pushed these agendas of black people were not perfectly created by God. They were bent. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. Because this thing was started by religious, but it's clearly fake religious people who are trying to use religion trying to twist religion for their own benefit. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really bad, this thing that happens, It's really, really bad, but I understand where it's happening, but people can't just flock to South Africa. People can't just flock to South Africa. People can't just run to South Africa as they please. This is still a country with its own poor. Do you understand? There are poor people in this country who are still looking to benefit from this country. They mustn't just be replaced like that. They must be assisted. Poverty has to be eradicated. Man, to think that South Africa used to have below 20% unemployment rate just now, in the 2000s, you know what I'm saying? Just to think that people back in the days, they used to just graduate and get a job same time. Just to think about how people used to, go to school and then come back and then go to work. You know what I'm saying? The people used to go to Spur, work at Spur as waiters and waitresses, go to Mike's Kitchen, work at as, go to whatever and work. School children, 15, 16, 17. That used to happen in South Africa. So when people say South Africans are lazy and all that, no, that's not what was happening during the 2000s, the born-free era, the 1995 to all the way to 2010. South African youth was working before they even finished school. They finish school now, they're getting jobs, whatever. They are CEOs, they are management, they are this and that. They are working in companies. But you look at it now, it's almost like that whole thing was cancelled, and then foreigners took those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Man, in a perfect world, man, it would be easy for everyone to just have success and everything and just go to any country as they want. But we are in this current world that we are in. Everybody's got their own country, and their country's got beautiful resources. This is Africa. It's a rich continent, and everyone's got resources. You know what I'm saying? Zimbabwe's got resources. Nigeria's got oil. Everyone's got resources, enough resources to be very rich, to be very, very developed. You know what I'm saying? So depending on South Africa that also just has its own resources, it's very bad. Depending on Congo that only has just its own resources, it's very bad, for the people who are abusing Congo right now. You know what I'm saying? So I talk about Congo in a different light. But when it comes to South Africa, I'm saying that people can't just come to South Africa, just because it's what. No, people need to create proper economies, People need to create proper economies for themselves. South Africa needs to, different countries need to be able to manage their economies in a beautiful way. You know what I'm saying? And now these leaders, they hog power, and then they are not even good at managing. They're not even good at managing the economy and creating jobs and creating a situation where people can eat. You know what I'm saying? So it is up to me. Let me tell you something. I blame the successful people from those countries. I blame successful Nigerians. I blame successful Kenyans. I blame, at least Kenya is doing a bit of a good job. Let me not say Kenya. I blame successful Ugandans. I blame successful Zimbabweans. I blame successful Namibians. I blame successful, you know what I'm saying, Malawians. I blame successful Tanzanians. I blame successful Ethiopians, Somalians, Eritreans. I blame successful Sudanese, South Sudanese. I blame successful Togolese. I blame the successful people in all these things. I blame each and every one of those successful, rich people. Let me not even say successful. I blame rich Sudanese. I blame rich Togolese. I blame rich Zimbabweans. I blame rich Tanzanians. I blame rich Somalians. I blame rich, Eritreans and Ethiopians. I blame rich Nigerians. I blame rich Ghanaians. I blame all the rich Congolese. I blame all the rich people for not using their resources and their intellect and power to create organization to defeat this government. Because for them to be successful, it means they have brains, they have some sort of skills, and they know how to create a success out of something. So they can create a success of their own country, but they choose not to. So I blame those people. What can the poor do? I blame those people because they just sit back and they come and make some. I blame Dangote. I blame all those people. Because you just come, you build a refinery, you build this and that, but that's it. You employ some people, but other people are not employed. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, why don't you become the president? Why don't you groom a president? Why don't you start a party? Why don't you do something? Why don't you create a party and be able to groom young, talented, future politicians to say that I want, and as a most powerful man in Nigeria, I want to do that. I blame Davido's father, a rich guy. I blame all those people. Why can't they do something? And it kind of shows you something about rich people, Sometimes some of these rich people are just beneficiaries of other things. Many are probably beneficiaries of slavery, transatlantic slave trade, some of them, So they are working with the elites in the West to further create more slavery, to make sure people are leaving Africa, but this time with their own will. You know what I'm saying? Because how do you explain people just being rich and being so powerful and not making the right moves and saying, hey, my people need to eat. Hey, we need, Nigeria is hell for people. Let's create a working system. Let's create a working economy. Let's reduce the unemployment rate to 5%. Why don't they do that? It's not like they don't know these things. They know these things because they studied this thing. They go to great universities. They study in America. Why can't you bring that knowledge and skill and say, no, I don't like the management of this thing? But instead you allow the parties, you allow ZANU-PF to keep ruling, you allow all these things. You know what I'm saying? We keep talking to the poor people, hey, go back and fight for your country, whatever. How can they don't have money? When the people who have money are there, but then they just fold their arms. That's why J. Cole say, I hate rich niggas, god damn it. Because I never had a lot, damn it. Who you had to kill? Who you had always that daddy money? Huh? I hate rich niggas, god damn it. Because I never had a lot, damn it. Who you had to kill? Who you had to steal? Just to make it to the top, damn it. Or maybe that's daddy money. Trust fund, whatever money. I hate rich niggas. Because the rich niggas don't do shit. They just focused on their own shit. Rich niggas is cowards. Crazy. Just imagine the poor people, middle class people like us. We have to fucking take out our phones like this and speak out and do these videos and while rich people are there holding their iPhone 16. The moment iPhone 16 comes out yesterday, they have it today. But nigga can't even open his phone or do something and do what we are doing and give light to the world as we are doing. Can't even do something small like that. They are comfortable in their thuggery. They're comfortable in their milk and honey. That's why the Bible says God is close to the brokenhearted. God is not close to the rich. God is not close to those people who rather protect their bag than to have morality and integrity. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I blame rich people for Africa's problems because you've benefited, but you fail to transform. People have to cross borders. People have to swim where crocodiles risk getting eaten by crocodiles there in the Limpopo River, swimming to South Africa. While you are there, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I blame rich people. That's it. I don't blame poor people. They don't have muscle. They don't have financial muscle. They're doing whatever they can. You know what I'm saying? So I blame them. Yeah, you guys are traitors. You guys are not different from the slave traders of Africa. Anyways, your boy Just King Zeri. I'll leave it on that note. Think about it, you motherfuckers.